Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Chip here. And I'm Duffy Duck here. We're back from the Maxi Toys. And welcome back to more Let's Play of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games for the Nintendo Wii. So previously, that we actually did finish Mercenary Cup, or Mercury Cup. That we actually did that pretty flawlessly. Well, except for long jump anyway. But we did that pretty alright at the end. And today for this video is that we're going to be doing Venus Circuit next. So this circuit contains 110 meter hurdles, Skeet, which is basically shooting, and Javelin Throw. So since we did play as Mario from the last video, let's pick Sonic this time. So well, yeah. We can usually just go ahead and say now we can play as all the characters in this different specific circuits as soon as we actually get into it as much as possible. So yeah, so first off we have 110 meter hurdles. This event is very similar to how it does in 100 meter dash, but except the noticeable difference is that we actually have some hurdles to jump over. So basically what you have to do here is by pressing the B button at the right time, so that if you press at the right time, then you can get some pretty much a well, you can gain some speed right here. So let's see, we can accept the challenge. Because yeah, as far as what I said earlier, oh yeah, we have ourselves lane 4 in 100 meter, 10 meter hurdles, Sonic.
Leave it to me.
And yeah, he was being voiced by Jason Griffith. The same goes how it does in the Olympic Winter Games in Vancouver 2010. But as for London 2012 Olympic Games, Sochi 2014, and even Rio 2016 for that matter, it's been replaced by Roger Craig Smith instead. So anyway though, so as far as what I said earlier from before, that the first set of few courses, or in this case just circuits for that matter, is specifically easier because there was like no challenge whatsoever for these computer opponents. But eventually, until we actually get into the later classes, very similar to how it does in Mario Kart, where think of beginner's class as 50cc, and then but assuming that in the preceding classes, that one we're going to be hit into later, it was specifically similar to 100cc and then 150cc at the end. So basically, that we'll talk about those later during the later one for this playthrough for that time. Okay, next of all is shooting, in this case Skeet. So basically in this event we're only going to be using just the Wiimote on its own. So basically all you have to do here is by pointing at the Wiimote at the screen and then press the B button to actually shoot those little targets by using the little crosshairs. So yeah. But here's the thing though, basically though, that you might actually just try to press the B button at the right time on this little heart meter, which if you try to aim it from the middle of the heart, then your cursor will actually get even much bigger. But if you let the pointy thing goes too far at the edges, well, it'll just shrink itself. So yeah, that's as far as we could consider it.
Station 1.
So here we go with Station 1. So, right off the bat though, oh shoot, we're doing a not so great of a start. So yeah, basically in this event, we're actually going to be coming across into 8 different stations. So, yeah, some stations usually just ranging from there are some few targets that you might actually shoot off. And then there's some other, for instance, that you might actually shoot those quite a little bit on targets, and then some of them will actually shoot like even more targets. And yeah, you do have a limited pistols. You can't exactly get an ammo reloaded, so you only have like few chances to actually get those targets in. So yeah. So yeah, I do like this event. It kind of makes it more likely just a little precise and bit of some skill going, so that you can actually just time your shots and whatnot. So that although unfortunately we did miss one right here, but that's okay because even then those computer opponents are pathetically easy at the beginning. But again, as far as the later circuits we're going to be hit into, that it progressively it gets even a bit difficult later on. And also the events too, where we're going to be hit into are quite tricky and just. Although some of these events I found is really easy, and then some of them can be pretty hard. But we'll explain more on that until later, so yeah. So as far as when we haven't mentioned this during the last videos, that the reason why we actually did this remade version of this playthrough is it's probably because that we originally did done this back in May 2013, along the same time as when Super Mario 64 playthrough was actually up. But then the quality itself was really bad with the crappiest camera. In this case, can't speak today. You know, the Puzzle Beat camera that we did use way too long time ago. That the quality itself was really bad. But every now and then, that right now that we actually be using the capture card, so even then the quality itself is much nicer and much more see this time around. So yeah, no need for extra blurriness or something. Unless there's an option that says like 144p, which is pretty horrendous. Yeah, as far as when the YouTube videos is concerned, as far as the option. But you don't have to see it, you just have to see it for 480p, which is pretty good. So, yeah. Oh man, we did miss some of these targets. So yeah, it's all about patience and requirement going on. It's really hard to get it perfect though, because sometimes those targets move way too fast. Sometimes though, you might actually shoot those targets all at once, so that you can actually get yourself a performance of your combo. So even then though, if you do this well enough, literally, if you get some skill enough, then you should be able to actually get those targets down, and then that's all be good to go from that part. So even then though, we only still got about 2 months to go until the actual Rio 2016 Olympic Games though, so you know, that's the reason why we decided to go ahead and do this playthrough for the time. So yeah, that's how this goes, eh? Yep. And the last event we're going to be hitting to the Venus circuit is Javelin Throw, and basically we're going to be using the Wiimote and Nunchuck at the same time, so that much like how it does in Long Jump, that we have to motion match basically for those between 2 different controllers, so that if you're actually going to be using, you know, just a run-up start. And somewhat similar to the Long Jump, oh yeah, you can actually just use the Wiimote on its own as well, which is pretty much optional. So, yeah, just like how it does in Long Jump, you have to be encouraged with your adjustments of your flicking the Wiimote upward, just like in Long Jump. But except the noticeable difference is that we have to press A and B all together, so that... Oh, that's actually a really good shot there. Yeah, pretty amazing, I should say. And it looks like we almost at 100, to be perfectly exact 100. Well, a bit close though.
Yes.
But hey, at least we'll take it. And yeah, sure enough, we get an Olympic record right here. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see if we can do it again. Ah, that's pretty horrendous. Yeah, because, you know, as far as we talked about earlier, that sometimes if you flick the Wiimote way too hard, then your adjustments of your, you know, throwing and stuff like that will become pretty atrocious. But sometimes though, you have to be specifically trying to be gentle with some shots. Oh, dang it!
No way.
Dang it, we got fell. That's not fair. If only if we actually got that during time, then we can actually get ourselves a world record as soon as that gauge is actually fully up. But at least not overly too up though. So yeah, that's about it basically for Javelin Throw. It's pretty simple, but sometimes the bar thing can catch you off guard at points. Award 7 money for Venus Circuit. Waluigi, he's in 3rd place. Yoshi, he's in 2nd place. And Sonic the Hedgehog claims the Venus trophy. In this case, he's number 1. So, yeah, and after when you were trying to do like a running events and something like that, if you finished one of those circuits or one of these events, you're actually constantly saying those, take a break, let's take a break syndrome, which we're not going to do that. Although we might actually do that once we finish those 2 videos up per day. So, join us next time on our Let's Play of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, is that we're going to be head off to Jupiter Circuit next. So see you guys next time. Later, fellas. See you guys then.